Tell me, how does the light shine? In the halls of Shangri-La. Just getting started. James Winston, how are you today? Yuga, Gerson's here. Rubicon. All these people showing up tonight. Look at that. SM Blue. Curtis, what's happening, Mr. Curtis? Let's get this ball rolling. Herb's here. Hey, how's it going, Herb? Brandon's here. Brandon, you're here every night. Way to go. You know, Brandon, you're here every night, yet you don't say anything. What kind of questions you got? Hello, what do you think about AVGO? Well, most people usually start off with a hi, hello. That's good. That works well. So let's take a look. First one in the evening, AVGO. Why the hell not AVGO? Get the ball rolling. First thing I always want to see, always. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was a year ago. Here where we are now. And look at the direction it's currently going. All right, cool. So what can we buy it for first thing Tuesday morning? Well, 162. I can move it over a little bit. Garrison, Steve. All right, let's take a look. Tuesday morning. First thing I can do is buy it at 162.89. So the 163, if they don't have that, the 152. Oh, holy shit. That's nice. AVGO's got a $6.30 premium. AVGO. Well, let's take a quick look at the chart and see what the chart's telling me. Because right now, the numbers, take a look at the numbers. That's freaking awesome. $6 on a $1.62 stock. But you got to ask your question, do I like AVGO at 163? Well, because that's the current price. If you don't like AVGO at 163, well, don't get it. You didn't reply to me. Who's that? Save to invest. I believe I did. But we'll try it again because I did see your messages in there. AVGO. All right. A year ago, 88.76. The bottom was 79.51, and that was last September. Okay, well, the top of the year is 185.16, and that was in June. All right, so from the high in June, look what we did. We dropped, came back up, dropped again, up again, dropped again, up again, dropped again, up again, dropped again. Look at this. Now it's heading to the upside. Okay, Thursday was the 30-day bottom. Let's zoom on into it. Thursday's the new bottom. Here we go. 30 days ago, okay, we at 155, drops down to 130. That's a $25 drop. Well, a $25 drop is a big drop. So you got your profit taking. All right, so the profit. Blow my dice. Really? What kind of a name is that? Jay Leary, what's happening? Dark88. We can cooperate. Save to invest. Cool beans. Well, I was just looking at your text. I did see it in the, what do you call it? In the comments. Yugar. All right, Yugar, let's take a look. All right, so here it is, the bottom, 30 days, almost 30 days ago. But she shoots up nicely. From the high at 171, she pulls back, and here's a new bottom right here. So she went down, sideways. So here, and then today, and Friday was one day to the upside. Well, I like one day to the upside. AVGO has to be a fluke at that price. Hey, Flipper, you know, I'm going by the numbers. First thing Tuesday morning, we're going to see what this number is going to be, and then we'll get a better idea of what that number is going to be. But if these are the numbers, I like it. Okay, Apple use. You want to take a look at Taiwan? What is that? Taiwan Semiconductors? Greed! Hey, to Carrie Embers, how are you today? First time here. Colton! How's it going there, Colton? What's the topic tonight? Core investors. Well, right at the moment, we're looking at AVGO. And the number looks great for AVGO. How come Tuesday? But what does this thing normally do this time of year? What, holy cow, take a look at that. AVGO basically just goes sideways for almost the whole year, but a steady, slow uptrend from January 1st all the way to December 31st. Well, here's where we are now. If she keeps on going steady, well, maybe that number can be real. Don't know. EHGO. Ego. I never heard of that. EHGO. What the heck is that? EHGO. Yeah. That's a no. Uh-oh. I missed that question. I missed the question over here on YouTube. They just flash on the screen and then they disappear. Hey, what's going on with y'all? Someone, how are you today? Goose? Really? That's why it's almost a waste of time, because Monday the numbers will all change. All right, Flipper, I get that. I understand that. But they don't change that dramatically, because what doesn't change come Monday is the closing price. So whatever the closing price is on Friday, 1990, that's not going to change come Tuesday or come Monday morning. When it opens up, yeah, the bid and the ask will be different, and so won't these options. But the mathematics are all the same. This is the purchase price. These are the strike prices. Okay, if I buy it at this price, sell one of these strike prices, whichever is closest. And then I see what it's paying. Well, right now, the 1990s are paying 10 cents. Not worth my effort. But the 1950s are paying 39. That's not worth the effort either. But then again, that's AT&T. Always take a look at the numbers, because they're always changing over and over and over again. Becker Life in an investment group. Well, I'm attracting interesting people. Cora Investment. You want to take a look at Spider. Even though I say over and over and over and over and over again, Spiders is going to be a no. For me, anyway. Couple of reasons. Reason number one for Spider being a no, it's at $5.63 a share. That's number one. That's number two is it's at the top of the year. Why would I want to buy something at the high of the year? Let's go here for a second. Okay, so a year ago we're at 450, dropped down to 410, shoots on up to 560, pulls back, hits 563 again. Here's where we are at the top of the year. Why do I want to buy at the top of the year? Bob Lee, glad you invested in Bitcoin. Way to go. Can't do anything with it, but it is what it is. AAP is going to be the man. All right, Advanced Auto Parts. AAP. We'll take a gander at it in a little bit. So let's keep on going. AGNC. AGNC. All right, so let me continue why I don't like Spiders. Other than the fact that it's at the high, and I don't like buying things at the high. I say hello, then I go over to the TikTok and BK on there. Oh, well, I'll bloody your own eating. Gerson, how inflated would you say S&P is? Does 563 per share really make sense? Not to me, it don't. Gandhi wants to take a look at Dollar Tree. DLTR. We'll get to that in a little bit. Home Depot, if I had 400 shares Thursday, still Saturday, $2 and change. All right, Robert. Robert will take a look at Home Depot. Home Depot. All right, that being said, no, I don't like the Spiders, and here's another reason why. Let's go on over to Yahoo Finance. SPY. Now, if you're going to dump your money into the Spiders, I think you should know what you're getting, all right? Nurse Scott, back again. Nice to see you. My gut is telling me a huge correction is overdue. Yep, sure is. Will they do goose after? Uh-oh, what the hell is goose? G-O-O-S. Okay, no more questions. All right. So this is why, another reason why I don't like the Spiders. If you're going to invest your money into something, it is really important, in my humble opinion. After all, Canada Goose, never heard of it. Sorry. I've heard of Grey Goose, but I'm not quite sure if that's the same one. So here's the thing. If you're going to be investing your money and you want to do it smart and you want to do it consistently, make sure you're going to be profitable. Well, the numbers are very important. And it's important that you at least understand what it is you're looking at. Now, when you put your money into something, well, yeah, Spider is going for $5.58 a share. Okay, she goes up, she goes down. Okay, she's up about $100 from last year, but that's not the point. Point is, what are you getting as a yield? 1.24%. That's 1% per year, a little over 1% per year. Inflation is way higher than that. So why the hell would you be putting it into the Spiders? Just my opinion. All right, now somebody said something about Goose. Never heard of them, but this is the second time I heard somebody wanted to see them. Okay, $11.67. Astra. All right, Diana, we looked at Astra a couple of days ago. It was horrible. What's a good percentage? Karen, investment, I don't know what you mean by investment. I mean percentage. What do I think about FDL? I have no idea what FDL is. FDL. Astra. Astra, we looked at it. It looked horrible, but we'll look at it again. Can't go wrong with the CSPs on the high dollar stocks. I killed Dell last week. Well, I did good with Dell last week too. I don't know what a CSP is. CSP. All right, so Goose, huh? The chart looks interesting. Let's see how consistent they are with their dividends. GOOS. Canada Goose Holdings. All right, historical performance. Apparel. Dividends only. All right, see, Goose, hate to be the bearer of bad news, it has no dividends whatsoever, so that's going to be a no. Cash secured puts. Oh, yes. Somebody likes cash secured puts. Yeah. All right. Thoughts on Intel long term. Okay, ARB, you got to be more specific what you mean long term. The longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. What are we looking at? Intel. INTC. We'll get to that one. ASAN. Doc, I'm a little bit confused. Never heard of it. All right, TSM. We are going to look at TSM. We already said that. TSM. Taiwan Semiconductor. Military stuff. Yay. Hey, James, it's Shauna here. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Diana Cook. Oh, 2024 new guns. BTU. Vistra. I have no idea what BTU is. BTU. Vistra. Okay. All right. I know you don't like monthlies, but if one pays 4%, isn't it the same? Not necessarily so. Because if you miss the target, you got to hold it for another 4 weeks. You've only held short term. Why? Because it's more profitable for me. Okay, so there's two different ways of approaching your investment. Okay, investments you either approach for cash flow or you invest for long-term capital gains. Now me, I invest specifically and only for cash flow. Okay, I'm at a point in my life where I'm retired and I have to live off of the interest of the money that I have accumulated. So, after working since I've been 13, I'm now 60. Okay, I've been working a very long time. Nurse Scott, Walgreens has a 10.8% dividend symbol. Well, yeah, I know that. How about ration? Never heard of it. We'll take a look at Walgreens. WBA. I got a really good report today on Walgreens, and some of the stuff that Walgreens owns, not just the stores, will make you think twice. What's your thoughts on Tesla? Robo-taxi day. Another wave of a rally coming in 2 weeks. What about Roku? Darbin Lee, Roku is not 20 years old. So I'm not quite sure how that would fit in. But enough with the questions, you guys. Let me go through some of these stocks so we know what it is we're looking at. All right? So, Which one are we on? Yeah, Goose. Yeah. What's your favorite dividend paying stock? That would be Macy's. What in the military? I don't do anything. Okay, you guys are some of you people are under the impression that I actually take all my stocks and divide them up by industries or sectors. No, I don't. I take AGNC's already on the list. Gracia. Gracia. It's already on the list. So you're under the impression that I isolate my stocks by sectors. Joe Necco, what's happening? I don't separate my stocks at all. Okay, there you go again. You think I'm isolated between the military, the tech fields, transportation, energy, dry goods. Yeah, no, I don't do that. Every one of my stocks are picked from a calendar. Got nothing to do with what they do. Absolutely nothing to do with what they do. All right, ALB, Albemarle, Devon Energy, Coca-Cola, Macy's, T. Rowe Price, and Waste Management. 6 different companies all paying a dividend on the 13th. Okay, I honestly do not care what they do. Albemarle, Devon Energy, it's an energy group. Coca-Cola, those are beverages. What does Coca-Cola and oil have to do with one another? Absolutely nothing. Why am I looking at them on the same day? Well, because they have the dividend on the same day. T. Rowe Price, financial. Waste Management, take care of garbage. And then Macy's, well, that's apparel. None of those 6 have anything to do with each other. Yugar, what do you think about ASML? ASML. I've never heard of them, to be 100% honest with you. Is it your design, the calendar? No, Diane, this calendar right here is basically an EX dividend calendar. You can go into Google, a search engine, or you can use Bing, or whatever search engine you like, and put into the search parameters EX dividend calendar. This one just so happens to be on the trading platform that I use. I like the trading platform Thinkorswim. It was recently bought by, who the hell are they? No. All right, Diane, this is Thinkorswim. It's a trading platform. It was created like 20 some odd years ago. How far out of the money do you pick the calls you sell? At the money. Nurse Scott Schwab, SCHW. SCHWAB. Do you have ever gotten futures? Long time ago. I don't do futures anymore. Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, yep. Bought Thinkorswim. Yeah, Thinkorswim was created by Tom Sosnos about 20 some odd years ago. TD Ameritrade bought it. TD Ameritrade just recently got bought out by Charles Schwab. So it is what it is. All right, let's stop with the questions and stop putting up stocks. Let's start looking at some. So we got a nice list to go by. Now, someone last night wanted to take a look at Alibaba. Don't ask me why. BABA. Okay, Alibaba. 83.41. All right, always. There's the high, here's the low. That's where it was. This is where it is. What the heck is going on there? It looks like a bowl of freaking vegetables, not vegetable soup. What do you call that? Alphabet soup? Things going on every which way. Party Springs. Dude, I haven't heard from you in about a week or so. Horrible. Won't go away. That was you. Well, all right. Well, let's take a look at it. The high, the low, all that stuff. 83.41. The closest one is going to be the 84. That's going for 111. But before we do that, let's see. No, I don't own any Chinese stocks. I see you on TikTok all the time. Well, that's me. Okay, let's go and see how often has Alibaba paid dividends, because that's basically what we're looking at as a precursor. BABA. Two dividends. Okay, Darbinley, you actually got to give me a ticker symbol. Sir, thank you for being my financial advisor. I will make all my decisions with your pro advice. Well, Scooter, I would really suggest you actually do some research on your own and see if these are right for you. Is what I'm saying, does it make sense? Okay? Is it something that you think you should do? You should really ask a professional, because I'm definitely not one of those. I'm just some random guy on YouTube that got fed up with what's going on in the world, so came up with a strategy for my 9-year-old. Alrighty. Flip Flana. Oh, I can't even read that one. That's an interesting name. Waste Management, huh, Ugar? Waste Management. All right, next on the list is going to, well, let's finish up with Alibaba. Now, Alibaba's only paid 2 dividends. Twice. Yeah, you're not my financial advisor. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not your financial advisor. Microsoft, huh? Take a look at MSFT. MSFT. Didn't we take a look at that yesterday? I'm pretty sure we did. What are you buying right now? I'm not buying anything right now because it's Sunday. Okay, Third Eye, we're going to look at that in a little bit, but let's go over Alibaba. If you really like it, look at the chart. It's kind of messy. Do we really know which direction it's going? Hey, look at that. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah. And you got this big gap right here. That baby looks like she's going to be coming down next. But I don't do Alibaba because they don't pay dividends as continuously as I would like. They've only paid 2 dividends, so no. For me, anyway. If you guys like them, that's up to you. Next on the list is FedEx. FDX. Well, that's a good one. Everybody knows who FedEx is. Here's your high. Here's your low. It's where it was. This is where it is. Look at this. 1 black swan, 2 black swans, 3 black swans. Look at that. From 260 all the way up to almost 3. That's a nice overnight surprise. I like turtles. All right, redneck. Richard Bruner, good evening. Yes, you're finally getting to my suggestion. Yeah, it takes a while. You got to remember, you're not the only one here. I got 5 channels going at once, and I got to remember all of them. Don't forget UPS. UPS is on the list. I'm not giving any more secrets, but JD will slam them next week. JD's on the list. PLTR. Ugh. Why does everybody always want to look at PLTR? PLTR is on the list. We'll take a look at it, but it's usually always a no. It always has to do something about the dividends. All right, so FedEx. High, low, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. $2.99, the 300s are going for $2.48. Not quite 1%, but pretty close. So the question you need to ask yourself is, do I like UPS, even though it's not giving me 1%? Okay, a year ago we're at $2.59. We bottomed out at $2.24. Got a double top in the middle of July. Okay, that was $3.13. We pulled back. Here's our 30-day bottom. Okay, at $2.73. AEP. Joe Daddy, how are you? AEP. AEP. Now, why does that not sound familiar? The name's a great name, but why have I never heard of it? Okay. Apple. We looked at Apple yesterday. It was a no yesterday. I'm really not quite thinking it went from a no yesterday to a yes today. So, more than likely. Tuesday, Party Springs. Hang out, we'll get to some of that stuff. So FedEx. Yeah, I'm not liking exactly where it is. Where are we? Okay, so here's your last 30 days for FedEx. Okay, 306 drops down to 275. That's a $31 drop. From there, she shoots back up to 300, which is where we are now. Okay, she went up, pulled back, and she's continuing to the upside. So what is going to be happening? Number one, I don't like buying where it's this high right here. I like buying down here, where it hits its 30-day bottom here, 2 days the upside. This is where I would have wanted to get in. And then I'm only looking for the 1% for the week, so I would have been in and out. Alex Abba. Okay, Amazon's a no. Amazon does not have dividends, so they do not belong here because this channel is basically dividend investing for weekly cash flow. USPS, I don't think the United States Postal Service actually has stock symbol. USPS. Ultimate Sports, interesting. They have no options, and that's going to be a no. Sorry, Darbenly. Oh, Cora Investment wants to take a look at U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel. They've been in business for over 100 years. Rivian, it really isn't a dividend stock, but do you have any opinions on it? What happens if your contracts fail? You lose everything, right? Not at all. Okay, Just Drew, a covered call is the safest trading strategy there is. I'm actually buying the stock first and then selling a call option against it. So there's no risk for me there whatsoever, except if there's a risk with the company itself. Alrighty. So let's take a look at U.S. Steel. Here's our bottom here, 30 bucks. That was almost a year ago. Okay, 50 was the top just towards the end of December. Okay, and it was in a channel, since April and going sideways. Well, it just broke out of that. Now we're at 37. Alrighty. So Tuesday morning, the purchase price will be $38.20. So the 38 is going for 65. Well, that's nice. The 38 is going for 65. And it looks, look at this. Jumps up, pulls back, bouncing off of that. That looks cool. So I'm kind of liking that. Was that Lay? L-A-Y? A-W-K. Never heard of them. A-W-K. Laurie, how do you get the premium to show on the option chain? Laurie, I'm not 100% sure what trading platform you're using, but this trading platform here is Think or Swim. It's free to download. It's the one that I use. It makes things so much easier for me. Okay, Flipper, you want to take a look at Dollar General, wondering if they're going to rebound. Okay, we'll take a look at that one. TOD, Laurie, what the heck is TOD? TOD. All right, hold up with the suggestions. Let me go one at a time. Okay, right now we're looking at U.S. Steel. A year ago was the bottom, 30.19, topped off in the end of December at 50.29. All right, TOS. Yes, it's Think or Swim. Think or Swim. TOS. You're right, Laurie. 50.29 towards the end of December. Last 90 days. Garrison, BAC is on the list. Not sure about JP Morgan, but let me know. Okay, yeah, JP Morgan's on the list, and so is Bank of America. BAC. And we looked at JP Morgan last night. I forget what we came up with. Okay, now I get it right. Astra Space. Okay. Okay, we have Astra on the list. We can take a look at it. All right, but right now, we're still going over U.S. Steel. Okay, last 90 days. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now it's coming to the upside. That looks really, really nice. So let's take a look at the last 30 days. So here we go, last 30 days. Check it out. That is pretty clear, in my opinion. All right, 30 days ago, we're at 41. Drops down to 38.50, shoots up to 42.60. Drops down. Here's our bottom here at 36.80, something like that, and then shoots up. We're sitting at 37.91 at this moment in time. So at this moment in time, the 38.20 will be looking towards 38s, which is 65 cents. The 38.50s, okay, those will look nice. Will you explain puts, calls? Third eye, I'm going to go over the calls. I don't do puts. Give me 1 second. I'm going to explain something to you because I'm writing X down 426. I like the numbers. I like the chart. I like U.S. Steel. She's been around for over a year. Been around for over 100 years. All right. Theta for P beta. I can't read that. So after you make your premium, do you sell the stock and research what to buy for the next week? Almost exactly to what you're saying. Okay, so let's give this hypothetical idea right here. U.S. Steel. Currently Tuesday morning, this should be the price, 38.20. Well, 38.20, the 38s are going for 65 cents. Great, you take the 20 cents off there. I'm still walking away with 45, which is well over 1%. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a good quality company. U.S. Steel has been in business for over 100 years. They consistently increase their dividends. Okay, I don't really know when they have their dividend coming up, but look at the chart. The last 30 days, we go down, up, down. Now we're coming to the upside. Well, here's the bottom here, 36 whatever, and then the high is way up here at 42. That's a long way to go. So what does U.S. Steel usually do this time of year? And for that, we look at the seasonality chart, and that tells us how does a stock normally move over the course of a year, from January to December. Okay, January 1st to December 31st. This is a whole year. Blue line is this year. The red line represents 10 years worth of data, 2014, 2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19, so on and so forth, until we get this average movement. So I want to look at this area right here, the first week of September. Well, because that's what we're coming into. First week of September. There we go. So the first week of September just has it going sideways. No big moves to the upside or to the downside. It's just average movement, and that's what I like. All right, so I like U.S. Steel. Looks interesting. We'll see what happens on Monday. Okay, we got our 30-day bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days to the upside from U.S. Steel. Okay, that works. DVD 896. How are you today? All right, the whole financial system, stocks and all, is just beautiful. I love these things. Well, all righty then. Will you explain puts and calls? All right, third eye. A put and a call are stock options. Two totally different things. If you think the stock's going up, that's where you get your calls from. You think the stock's going down, that's where you get your puts come in. Now, there are a lot of trading strategies that put the two together, stocks and options, the calls and the puts, to figure out what you want to do. Now, the trading strategy I'm teaching here is called dividend capturing merged with covered calls. So I call it dividend capturing 2.0. We're actually looking at good quality dividend stocks. We're looking at when is the right time to buy them. That corresponds with when do they pay out their dividend. Because a dividend, look at this one, Comcast. We all know who Comcast is. Comcast is paying a dividend on the 2nd of October. So if I want to collect that dividend, all right, I got to buy it 2 weeks prior to, on a Monday, see if I can get my 1% there, or my 1% here, or my 1% here before the dividend's paid out. Stocks have a tendency to go up in value before they pay a dividend. So all these green dots are companies that I personally like. I have looked at all the information. Once they're in my personal calendar, you guys got to figure it out for yourself. It is never, ever, 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 for me, never a choice is this or is this not a good company. For me, if it's on my list, it's a definite yes, I like it, I want to buy it. But is it the right time to buy it? Right time to buy it would be a couple of weeks before the EX dividend date, because I want to make sure the stock is in an upward trend before I jump in. Second is, what is the chart telling me? Okay, because charts, this is the mess that we create. You and me, we are the buyers, we are the sellers. We create this mess. We say, wait a minute, it's not worth 43 bucks. So then we start selling. We take our profits. And then it just drops down to here, say, wait a second, U.S. Steel at 37, hell, I'm going to buy some of that. Because all stocks do, they go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. That is it. You cannot find a stock chart anywhere that goes one direction only. There isn't one. Not that I have ever seen, not that I have ever heard. Oracle, ORCL. So you need to ask yourself a couple of questions. Question number one, does this trading strategy make sense? Well, let me tell you where it came from. In '08, my daughter was cute, innocent, and sweet. Okay? She's 25 now. When she was 9 years old, she wanted to trade just like I traded. Okay? Now, she asked me, say, Daddy, can you teach me how to trade? So, in order to teach a 9-year-old how to trade stocks, well, it had to be, number one, simple. Number two, safe. 3, repeatable, okay? And consistent. Simple, safe, consistent, and predictable. Then, number 5, there had to be no way that she could lose. So, in order for that 5 criteria to take place, there were 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you do not understand. If you throw out a stock symbol at me and I say, what the hell is that? Well, I've never heard of it. U.S. Steel, well, I know who U.S. Steel is. They've been in business for over 100 years. They consistently increase their dividends. I know what they do. Okay, some of these stocks, let me read one off to you. AEP, no idea what they do. AWK, definitely no idea on that one. ASML, no idea. MU, I've heard of it. PLTR, I've heard of it, don't like it because of certain things. GOOS, never heard of it. FDL, never heard of it. Oh, wait a minute. FDL? I don't know. ASAN, never heard of it. Certain companies, you'll see, I'll take a look at them, and I'll say, I've never heard of that. Because I only do companies, well, number 1, that I've heard of. Okay, number 2, well, how they consistently increase their dividends. Now, why am I concerned with dividends? Well, because the dividend is the portion of the profits the company gives back to us, the buyers and sellers. So if the dividends are going higher and higher and higher, well, that means they're consistently profitable and they're increasing their profits that they hand out. Now, if the dividends aren't increasing, well, then they're not making money like they used to. Why would I want to put my money in there? Some questions you really need to ask yourself. Does it make sense? That should be the number 1 question. Okay, so back to the rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Kind of defeats the purpose. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Okay, there's 9,598 stocks that you can choose from any day of the week. Now, I check it every week because every week it changes. The numbers go up, the numbers go down. Okay, so right at the moment, we're about 9,600 companies that you can invest in. So how do you choose out of those 9,600? Well, I know how I choose. I choose only companies that are consistently profitable because that makes too much sense to me. Okay, and if they're consistently profitable, well, then they got to have rule number 4, weekly options. Okay, there's a lot of stocks, but not all of them have options. Even less of them have weekly options. So why do I want weekly options? Well, because I want to have a safe, predictable, and consistent cash flow on a weekly basis. Now, 80% of all options expire worthless. So I want all the odds and probabilities in my favor. So if I'm picking a good stock at a right time where it's starting to go back up, because that's all stocks do. They go up, they go down. When a good stock comes down, it doesn't come down because something bad happened in the company. No, no, no. It goes down because from 38 to 42, that's over a 10% increase. So when a stock goes up 10%, the selling off is not because it's bad. It's because people like me are saying, hey, it ain't a profit until I take it. And nobody ever went broke taking profits. So if the stock goes up 5% or 10%, yeah, I'm getting the hell out taking my profits. But I'm only looking for 1% a week because it's simple and it's easy. It's also, predictable and consistent. So if I can do that every single day or every single week, well, 1% a week is over 50% per year. And to me, that's just too much freaking sense. It just makes sense to me. Anyway, all right, so let's continue. I like U.S. Steel. The numbers do look right for me. So it is on my list. So let's go look at another one. I got a couple more questions I missed. Holy cow. The way the real world impacts it, it's awesome. All right, Garrison, thanks. Derek, uh-oh, I missed a bunch of questions. All right, Darbenly, why don't you do puts? All right, Darbenly. All right, and this is for Darbenly and for others also. Okay, so I've been trading for about 20 years. Okay, I've been trading this particular strategy for 15. Because the first 5 years I was just doing whatever I thought made money. You know, throw shit against the wall, see what sticks, see what doesn't. Okay, fine. So here's the thing. When my daughter asked me to create this trading strategy for her, and she consistently got around 5 to 6% every single month, I was like, all right, wait a second. A lot less work, extremely predictable, nothing but good companies, and it makes over 50% per year. So I abandoned everything else, and I do this one primarily. Now, there are other strategies I do use, but not here. Here, I teach for free every night to show you that there is a way to make a decent return. Number one, stop listening to the talking heads on TV. Two, do your own damn research. It's really not that difficult. Number one, make sure you know who the company is and what they do. Don't invest in something you don't understand. It just doesn't make sense. There's 9,600 companies to choose from. Okay, now I'm pretty sure most of you here have heard of Nordstrom's, Halliburton, Bank of America, General Motors, Kimberly-Clark, Pepsi, Coke, Albemarle, Devon Energy, Macy's, Waste Management, Bed Bath & Beyond, Altria, AIG, Comcast, Cisco, and hundreds of others. You've heard of all these companies. These are the only companies I invest in, something that I know, something that I understand. And just, you know, by happenstance, it just happens to be profitable. Go figure. Diane, Procter & Gamble. Great company, been in business over 100 years. We will see what he says, all right. Oh, so Darbenly, back to why I don't do puts. The reason why I don't do puts, Darbenly, is this trading strategy was created for my 9-year-old daughter. Okay? Now, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. So once you try explaining a put option to a 9-year-old little girl, it gets a little confusing. I wanted to keep it simple and safe. So I teach the exact same strategy over and over and over again. It's the same strategy since it was back over 15 years ago. So just in case you don't know, let's go to the YouTube channel. That was all my, what do you call those thingies? Social media sites. All right, so here's the little princess here.
Hi, I'm JC, and as you being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad doesn't let me calling it that, but I do. Being part of that, you're gonna different stuff. Because every single day there's a different company paying out dividends. Anyway, no, seriously.
All right, so that was me when my daughter was 11. Okay, I had to be a little bit silly. How do you keep an 11-year-old little girl entertained? Well, we were having a lot of fun. Okay, but that's me 12 years ago going over the exact same thing I'm going over right now. Good quality dividend stock continuously increase their dividends. They're continuing to share their profits with their investors. That's how the stock market started. What was it, 400 years ago? In the late 1500s, they got together and say, how do we raise all this money? Well, why don't we go door to door? Because they literally did. They went door to door selling shares to the peasants. Okay? If you give us this money, we will invest it in this company and we will share the profits with you. So, that is what the company offered 400 and some odd years ago. 1602 was the very first stock that was traded, that was bought. Okay, that was the Dutch East India Shipping Company, one of the biggest companies to ever, walk the planet. Anyway. Derek Field, he doesn't track that. He buys proven companies on Monday. A cover call. Thanks, Redneck. Ex-dividend was on the 12th August. Yep. What are your thoughts on Nucor? Ooh, N-U-E. N-U-E. I like Nucor. Nucor's on my list, but we will see what the numbers look like for this coming week. Now you got to remember, you got over 9,600 stocks that trade every single day. I'm looking to buy on Monday, get rid of it on Friday for that weekly cash flow. I grew up and I started my working life in the 70s and 80s. Okay, my first job was Old Man Simmons' farm, picking tomatoes, doing firewood, and well, a lot of farming shit. Anyway, yep, I shoveled a lot of shit back in those days. Literally, I shit you not. What do you do on a farm? Well, you shovel a lot of shit. Anyway, besides the point, I've been working for a very long time. So, I forget where I was even going with that conversation. Oh well, is what it is. Procter & Gamble. Yep, it's on the list. We'll take a look at it. Toyota. Toyota, I looked at the numbers a while ago, a couple weeks ago, and it just does not look that good at all. So as I was saying, I grew up in the 70s, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and then we would go to work. We'd go to work Monday morning, okay, work all week, and we expect to get paid on Friday. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing now, except for nowadays, I'm only working like a half hour. Okay, so I get up in the morning, I look at my stocks. Okay, I see what's going on. I only buy good quality stocks that continuously increase their dividends because they're profitable and that makes sense to me. Okay, if they're profitable and it makes sense to me and I'm making a decent return, I think 50% a year is a decent return. So that being said, let's continue. I got more questions. Diamond does not that strategy, but this strategy is a no one less step for me. Up, going forward. Diane, we looked at Ford last night. I like Astra Space. Okay, we're gonna look at Astra Space. Just give me a minute. Thoughts on QDTE? We looked at that one yesterday. It's a no. How can we access your calendar? Well, if you really want to access my calendar, you have to join the morning trading group. Every morning we trade. Good evening, madam. In Jesus' name, I'd very much love to have my way. Wow, that's interesting. Do you have time at the end of the talk about stocks that don't have a dividend but might have upside? Well, Gerson, if you look at it this way, almost every stock has an upside. Because I've never seen a stock, IPO and then go straight down to zero. No, everything goes up, everything goes down. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. It all depends on the timing. When are you getting in? Why? And why would I be looking at a stock that doesn't pay a dividend? Everything has an upside. Amazon has an upside. AT&T has an upside. But I don't look at Amazon. There's a lot of stocks I don't look at because in a worst case scenario, it doesn't fit my parameters. Alex, John Deere? I like John Deere. Simone, how are you today? All right. Dotman 4, we're going to look at Dollar General a little bit. PMW cut their dividends. I don't even know if PMW is on my list. How about AI? Heard a lot about it. All right, Diane. There are a lot of opportunities to make money in the AI market. But where do you put your money? There are a lot of companies out there. Now, I don't know if you remember back in the 80s or 90s, there were a lot of video companies out there that had videos. Blockbuster Video, that was a great stock. It was. All of a sudden, Netflix came in, wiped them all out. So, what I'm trying to say is that just because AI, you hear a lot about it, how do you know which company to invest in? Because there are a lot of them out there. None of them have any historical performance behind them. Because AI is a new... Yes, I do. All right, Neil. because none of them have 20 years of a track record with the dividends that they pay out. So I can't really tell you anything about AI. I only stick with stuff I know is right and know is true. James, Papa, yeah, PLTR doesn't have any dividends. I know there's a reason why I didn't like it. But every week somebody wants to take a look at it. AI did not invent the eyes. Okay, Neil, I have no idea what you mean by that. I like Astra Space, Procter & Gamble, AI. All right, Diane, I see that. We're going to take a look at Astra in a little bit. Lay, would you say dividend-paying stocks is more profitable than... I missed that. A-N-O. All right, Neil, I've never heard of A-N-O. All right. Lay, would you say dividend-paying stock is more profitable than zero dividend stocks? Nope, would not say that at all. Take a look at the evidence. You've seen a stock that do not pay dividends that go from 0 to 1,000 really quickly, but they don't share their profits. So that's capital appreciation. That means you're taking a big fat chunk of money, putting it into something and waiting for it to move. Sorry, I'm not in that position to be able to do that. My position is very precarious. Okay, the amount of money that I have to live off of. So if I just take it out and spend it, well, eventually it'll be gone. So I spend it, I spend the money that I make off of it. So I get about 1% per week, and that's enough to pay my bills. That needs to be the next shirt. All right. All right. Rude dude. That needs to be the next shirt. It's not a profit till you take it. Ooh, I like that one. Not a profit till you take it. It's not a profit till you take it. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Let me hold $1. All right. Flipper. Astra Space. All right. You're not letting up, Miss Diane, for Astra Space. So let's take a look at it. Astra. Wow. All that, Diane, all that poking and prodding at me to look at something that's a big fat freaking no. Okay, it's not even $1. Absolutely no possible way they can have 20 years of increased dividends when they're at 53 cents a share. And they have almost no options at all. They don't have any weekly. Yeah, sorry, dear. That's a no. Astra is a waste of my time. Thank you for that, by the way. Mr. Bubble, Big 3. I have no idea what that means. I use front end loader. All right, CRM. What the heck is CRM? All right, thank you, Flipper. Toyota's a monthly, so we're not even going to waste our mind with Toyota. What was that one? CRM? CRM. When you sell, do you roll the call on Friday if it's not called away? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Alex, it's always about the numbers. So Friday afternoon, I jump in at 3 o'clock. Now, like I said, I have a trading group. We all trade together Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 a.m. until whenever you guys are done asking questions. Then on Friday, we jump in at 3 to see how everything measures up. Since we bought on Monday and options expire on Friday at 4. Astra Space is a penny stock. Yeah, thanks. That's going to be a no. Astra is a penny stock, no dividends, and a monthly. Why would I want to look at it? Right. Riley, is there any funeral home stocks? Got to have that. Well, Flipper, I've never heard of it. Okay, if there is, think I'm going to ride Astra Space. Well, cool beans. I wish you luck with that one. Thanks. I think you will ride it to the landfill. Well, alrighty then. How are we able to display a dividend calendar you have up there? All right, Charles, I use Thinkorswim because it has what it has in it. Now, there are plenty other EX dividend calendars that I have seen over the years, but too expensive, Michael. All righty. I have no idea. Michael David Robertson, I have no idea what you're talking about. This is the first time you've checked in today, so I have no idea what you're chatting about. It is what it is. I think Ford is good. Yeah, Ford is good, but the numbers don't work. They worked last week. Okay, now we did jump into some Ford last week because the numbers were right last week. They're just not right this week. Austin, what's happening? Best of holiday to you and the family. Cool beans. Like David Robinson, yes, John Deere is a little bit pricey, so now I'm up on the conversation. So I get little bits here and there. So you gotta remember, I got like a whole bunch of different conversations going on at one time. Astros a no. Let's move on. Next one on the list is UPS. UPS, the ups dude. Okay, the ups dude. We all heard of it. This week, all stocks are kind of high. Could be. All right, so here we go. Here's the high of the year. Here's the bottom of the year. That's where it was. This is where it is. It's clear to see the direction it's currently going for the year. Now, there's a huge difference because the year chart will have one direction. The 90-day chart will have a different direction. Where's the 90-day? 90-day. Okay, here's the 90-day chart. Well, that's not a downturn. I mean, that's going sideways, and here it's going kind of sideways. All right, fine. But what's more important? To me, the 30-day is the most important. Because the 30-day gives me an idea. Well, what did it do last week? What did it do the week before? What did it do the week before? Okay, great. By the last 3 or 4 weeks, should give me some kind of idea of where it's going next week. Okay, here's our high. Here's our low. We went down. We came up, down, up, down. Now we're going to the upside. Okay, here's our bottom here. 2 days to the upside. So the 128.50s, the 129s are going for 102, not quite 1%. So, unfortunately, UPS is not quite there this week. Even though I like the stock, and the numbers are giving me not quite 1%. So, I'm going to say, me personally, going to say no to UPS for this week. Next on the list, BA, which is Boeing. MPW will buy on Tuesday Jane's 2% premium and EX date on target the 9th. Okay, cool. Thoughts on DG? Samson, we're going to look at Dollar General in a little bit. I got a list of stocks to look at. I got about 50 of them to look at, so I'm not going to get to all of them. I'm going to assume you don't trade the fires market. I have no idea what the fires market is. Schlumberg, whoa. I didn't even know anybody knew that existed besides me. SLB. All right. Next on the list, Boeing. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is, here's where we currently are in the direction. 173.74, the 172s, 175s. You're getting well on your money there. Auto spell got me. Alrighty. So, I like the numbers for Boeing. High, low, was, is, all that kind of nice, neat stuff. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. Okay, here we are 30 days ago. The high is at 197.50. The bottom's down here at 162. That's a big drop. Over 30 bucks. Well, 30 bucks on $190 stock. Well, that's a big move. Okay, it's over 10%. She goes up, pulls back, up, pulls back. Now she's going to the upside. See, here's the bottom. 2 days to the upside. So, I'm writing BA down for Monday. BA, circled it. And let's take a look at what does this company normally do this time of year. So normally this time of year, Boeing looks like it's going to dip a little bit and then go sideways before it goes back up again in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Add MPW to your list. Well, MPW is on the list. MPW. All right, so Boeing, I like Boeing. Ooh, Kroger. Kroger is next. MPLX. The Bible Health Book Project. I have no idea who MPLX is. MPLX. Never heard of them. Alrighty. Alright, so let's continue. Next on the list, Kroger. I like Kroger. Nice. High, low, where it was, where it is, what direction it's currently going. 53. 53.19 is the current price. The 53 is going for 66. 54. Not quite getting our 1% with Kroger this week. Okay, but you have to really like Kroger in order to do that. Okay, last 30 days. Here we go. Well, the chart looks right. Take a look at the chart. Here's our high here. 55.60 drops down to 51. Now she's moving to the upside. Okay, here's the bottom. Look at all that space there. But it's not giving me 1% for the week. I like Kroger, don't get me wrong. But if it's not going to give me my numbers, then why should I take a look at it? All right. MU. Micron Technology. Low, high, was, is, directions, dropping down. 96, the 96 is going for 217. Nice. That's over 2%. Well, let's take a good look at it. Uh-oh. Andrea. Hey, Andrea's back. Yay. Sorry about that last night, Andrea. It's cheap for sure right now, Verizon. Hold on, I'm missing all these questions. All right, Flipper, we looked at Verizon. Uh-oh. Gotta make sure I'm a real person. Here we go. Move the little puzzle piece to where it goes. Okay, so Micron Technology has no dividends. That's probably why they have a high premium. And you know how I feel about companies that have no dividends. MU. Well, actually, Micron does have dividends. Andrea, Micron does have dividends. Maximum amount. All right, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. All right, they missed out 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001. Yeah. I'm going to say no to Micron only because look at the dividends. 3 cents and 96. And then they skipped from 96 to 2021. So they skipped like a decade. Bama Redneck, Kohl's has an EX dividend and a good premium. Yeah, right. That's why we continuously trade on Kohl's. Do you only use Think or Swim as a broker for all your accounts? No, Darbenly, I use what was the other one? Robinhood. I didn't know that. I own it. That's funny, Andrea. It dropped like crazy. I'm way down. MU still coming down. Where is MU? Yeah, well. All right. Next on the list. Budweiser's a no. ExxonMobil. Ooh, I like ExxonMobil. XOM. Interesting. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Where it's going? Look at the last 90 days. Look at that movement. Okay, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now she's coming back down again. Well, that's pretty easy to see. Oh, da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Samson MPW looks high in dividends. Thank you for sure. For sure. All right, Annabelle Book Project. Monthly high. But it's at highs that James like it, but doesn't like buying at high. Well, absolutely right about that. Duckworth. Is that BTC? No, it is not. Gotta love that pattern on ExxonMobil. I do. Your thoughts on Intel? We're going to get to Intel in a little bit. It is on the list. Okay? So here we are with ExxonMobil. The last 30 days. Here we go. Even the last 30 days still looks good. Okay? Down, up, down, up. Now she's coming back down. So unfortunately, Chris wants to take a look at Lowe's. I'm going to put ExxonMobil for next week. XOM. Because the way I'm looking at it, we got four days this coming out week. See where she is now? I figure in 4 days she should be somewhere around here, hypothetically speaking, before she turns around and goes back up. Now, I like ExxonMobil. They've been around for a long time. Thoughts on Solana? Okay, just letting you know, we're probably not going to get to it today. We're not going to get to Lowe's today either, because we're at 10:15 now, and I still got like 50 stocks to go through. Okay. So ExxonMobil, yeah, we said no to that one because the numbers just don't look right. They're close, but not quite there. And it's coming to the downside. Okay, Bama Redneck, Solana is a cry. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. American Express is next on the list, AXP. Yeah, it's going to be a no right off the top. The reason it's going to be a no for this week. Okay, a no for this week because she's at the all-time high. Now, I'll take a look at American Express in 3 weeks. So AXP is on 3 weeks from today because I like American Express, but it's way too freaking high. CVX, which is Chevron, CVX. Nice, I like it. Thanks. What was that? I don't even know what that was. Here's our high, here's our low. Well, we got a double bottom. Check that out. A double bottom on Chevron. So we go to, was it 172, drops down to 140, shoots back up to 167, drops back down to 140. Now we're heading back to the upside. I like the way the chart looks. Okay. So at 147.95, the 148's not quite 1%. So Chevron's going to be a no for this week. Advanced Auto Parts. I like this one. We talked about it earlier. We're going to keep our eye on this one. Got a high here, the low here. That's where it was. This is where it is. It's dropping. Okay, I want to keep my eye on this one to see when it hits the bottom. It could hit the bottom Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, but it looks as if I'm hoping that it's going to hit the bottom sometime this week. So let's zoom into that. Okay, see what we have? It was at 62 2 weeks ago. It has this big gap down from 62 down to 57. Sorry, down to down to 48. So it went from 62 to 48, and then she just kept on going down, 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 down. Now we're at 45.31. Not quite at the bottom. You're going to make most of your money in the stock market buying low and selling high. Well, Advanced Auto Parts are almost every major city in the U.S. Almost. But if she's at a bottom now, well, I want to make sure, and the way I make sure is I like 2 days to the upside. So if Tuesday's up and Wednesday's up, then it'll be a good time to jump in next week, but not at the moment because I want to wait for it to find its bottom before I jump into that one. But I do like the numbers for Advanced Auto Parts. Okay, Bama Redneck wants to take a look at Macy's. I love Macy's. AGNC. AGNC. Okay, so let's go back and take a look at AGNC. All right, so AGNC, here's our high. That was our last month. Here's our bottom back in October. Okay, she was way there at 10 last year. Now she's at 10.21. Kind of went sideways for the whole year, but had a little bit of a dip. See that? That's nice. All right, so let's take a gander. Currently, we're at 10.21. 10.20 is going, the 10s are going for 22. 20, yeah, sorry. AGNC, the numbers just don't work, so there's no sense taking a look at that one. Flipper one, look at APA. APA. ALB, Able Model. ALB, okay, cool beans. All right, next on the list, Home Depot. Home Depot is usually a no. Don't get me wrong, 100-year-old company, the premiums usually aren't that good. Okay, so $368.99. Look at the 367s. Actually paying over 1%. Cool. So Home Depot is paying 1%. Hey, Captain, have a great night. Thanks, Whiskey. All right, so a year ago, Home Depot was at 330. Bottoms out in October at 275. Got a double top at 397. Pulls back, shoots back up. Look at the last 90 days. This is the last 3 months. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. She's coming down now, so this is going to be a no for this week. But here's the thing. Home Depot, I'm looking 2 weeks from now. Okay, Home Depot would be a good opportunity to jump in about 2 weeks. Because see where we are now, that's a nice run up. Here's the high. Now she's coming down. So when you go from 340 to 375, that's a $35 increase. $35 on $340 stock. Well, that's a 10% increase. You got a 10% increase, you're going to have an investor saying, hey, I'm taking my profits. MGA, a good dividend stock? Don't know. Gil Britt, back again. How are you? We will take a look at MGA. Probably not today, because we got a lot of stocks to go over. Can you tell me the 10 best? Sorry, I can't. Grill Bit, that's a monthly, does not work. All right, MGA is going to be a no. Thank you for that. FDL. This is one of the ones I have no idea what the heck FDL is. FDL. Family Dollar. Nope. First Trust. Yeah, that's going to be a no. Astra, we already looked at that one. CSP. What the heck is CSP? Yeah, CSP is a no. Intel. I like Intel. INTC. I do like Intel. Check it out. Here's your high back in December. Here's your bottom, beginning of August. A year ago, we're at 36. Now we're at 22. Looks like we're going a little bit to the upside for the past couple of days. So let's take a look at that one. NYCB. Really, Alex? NYCB. Now, NYCB is going to be a no because of the dividends. Intel, big fan here as well, looking pretty good. Samson, how are you today? Brooklyn, Procter & Gamble is on the list. Let's take a look at Intel. High, low, was, is. Here we go. I like this big drop here. And the reason why I like the big drop, now people think that I buy stocks and I hold on to them. No, I don't. I buy them and I sell them. I buy them, I sell them. I like looking for opportunities like this. Intel's been around. Now, I'm a child of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Okay? Here's the big drop. I want to take advantage of that. Reason being, you're going to make most of your money in the stock market buying low, selling high. Well, here's the high up here. Not interested. Down here, I am interested. I don't think Intel's going anywhere. What do you think about 820 options? I have no idea what 820 options means. Down 45% over 5 years. Well, alrighty then. Danny wants to take a look at Dell. Procter & Gamble, Brooklyn, it's on the list. We'll get to it. WMT, Wally World. We'll get to that one probably tomorrow. Okay, so we're not going to look at... Okay, anyway. INTC, we're continuing this one. Okay, hold on. Right now it's currently at 22. The 22 is going for 57. Okay, we all know that's over 2%. So let's take a gander. Here we go, last 30 days. Take a look at the last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at 30 bucks. Big drop to 21. Okay, that's a big drop on a $30 stock. 10 bucks on a $30 stock is a 30% drop. Okay, so here's the bottom, shoots up, pulls back, here's the bottom again, 2 days to the upside with the gap up. Okay, it's giving me over 2%. I like Intel. Intel is written down and circled for Tuesday. Next on the list, ASAN. ASAN. Interesting. Check it out. Here's the high, here's the low. It was over at 22. Now it's down at 14. And it's in an upward trend. Well, the 14 and a quarter, the 14, that can't be right. 90 cents on a $14 stock? Well, give me 1 second.
Hi, I'm Tracy.
I'll be right back.
As you being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad does let me call him that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks that I'll be trading, and every month you'll be getting 4 lists of stocks that you can choose from that'll help you get the best return on your money. List number 1 is stocks that are paying out each year, I think. And then list number 2 is a list of stocks that pay out twice a year. List number 3 is a list of stocks that pay out every month. And the 4th list is lists of stocks that pay out every quarter, which is 4 times a year. Yeah. The list I'm going to send you is going to help you get the best return on your money. Wait, I just realized something. If there are 20 days exactly in this year of... There are 20 days exactly in this year of January of the trading days. And if you only have to own stock for about 2 or 3 days, how many times can you buy? 4 times! Or 5. Yeah. I just realized that the lists I'm sending you are kind of irrelevant because I'm going to be sending you a list of stuff that I'm trading, and you can just watch me, but I'm going to send it to you anyways.
That means every single day of my dividends.
Sorry, believe it or not.
I'll be paying out dividends. Anyway, cheers.
Believe it or not, since January, since I've been starting doing this since January, the first week of January, this is the second time I had to stop to go to the bathroom. Only human. Sorry. All right, let's go back. Tuesday, Baba always going up in the 4th quarter, plus typically does well out stock splits. Okay, I told you. ABBV, ASN has no dividends, so ASN, that's probably why it has a high premium. So it's going to be a no. BAMA, not BABA. What the heck is BAMA? BAMA. Yeah, hell no. ABBV, ABV, going to be a no. Sorry, ABV is going to be a no. It's way too at the high. Look where it is. Here's the high of the year, 196. Yeah, no thank you. See, don't get me wrong. I like ABV. Okay? ABV, 196 to 197. It's going for, yeah, no. Not even worth that either. Bama is me. Yep. What about ARR? Hi, how are you? Let's check out Bitto. How about we don't? Because Bitto has to do with Bitcoin. Until Bitcoin becomes legal tender, I want nothing to do with it. All right. Next on the list, TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors. All right, interesting. Here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was, here's where it is, here's the direction it's going. 170, 160, the 172s are going for 273. Well, that's lovely. I like that. All right, so there's our high, last 30 days. All right, so this is a little bit uncomfortable, in my humble opinion, for me. So I'm going to say no, and the reason why I'm saying no is 30 days ago we're at 165. We dropped to 135, which is a $30 drop. That's 20%. That's more than 20, almost 20% drop. But from the 20% drop, she shoots up 135 to 175. That's a $40 increase. A $40 increase on a $170 stock. Oh, sorry, $130 stock. That's a 25% increase. Okay, Flipper. We already looked at ExxonMobil. So BTU is next. TSM. Don't get me wrong. It does have good numbers once in a while, but look at where she is. Highs up there, pulls back, goes up a little higher. If you want to play that game, me personally, I don't, because here's your 30-day high at 175. Well, currently we're at 171. You really think in the next 5 days she's just going to hang around there? Well, she might. And if she does, the 172s are going for well over 1%, if you like Taiwan Semiconductors. That's the question. You always got to ask yourself that question. Do I like this company at this price? And does it make sense? Okay, big question. Do I like it and does it make sense? Okay, do I like buying Taiwan Semiconductors at 171? Well, the 172 is going for 273. The 170 is probably going to get, $4. Hell, I'd buy it and then do the 170. Well, let's take a look at that one. That one looks interesting, and I'm sure there's some of you here. Holy shit, there's only 69 of you. That's horrible. How about we reboot just for the fun of it? $70, it's a Sunday night, a lot going on, so we could hypothetically bring in a lot more. Okay, so let's reboot for a second. Guys, don't go anywhere. We're just going to reboot. All right, here we go. Anunnaki. Andrew, how are you, Andrew? All right. So I just rebooted, wanted to get some more audience, and they were down to 60. I don't like being at 60. So TSM, Walgreens is next. WBA. Now, we've been following Walgreens since January. Okay, we've been following Walgreens since January. Take a look. Here's our high in December. And here's our low, which was the other day. Now, we were looking for a 30-day bottom. We found another one. Okay, now, I'm not sure if some of you remember this, but back in June, okay, we were trading Walgreens back in June when this happened. Went from 15 and it dropped all the way down to 13. And it kept on going. And here's our bottom on Thursday. Here's the 30-day chart. 30 days ago, 12.25. Now we're down here at 9.25. We hit the bottom right there. Yesterday, not yesterday, Thursday. Friday was a little on the upside. Great. I like up days on Fridays. Fridays are a good thing. So we got one more day for upside for Walgreens, but let's take a look at the numbers. The 926s, the 9s are going for 37, and the 950s are going for 11. Well, both of those are over 1% if you like Walgreens. And I do. I actually have some Walgreens. I have Walgreens at 12. Okay, so it doesn't actually work well for me. James, if the stock is at 20 on Monday, would you sell the 19 or the 21? Well, it would really depend well, number one, what stock is it? Number two, hit the like button. Cool beans. Yeah. Okay, so look at this. We're already over 100. Rebooted does that all the time. All right. So Walgreens at this moment in time, I'm in it at 12, which is way up here. But as the stock's going down, more than likely I'm going to sell the 950s, okay, to bring in that premium. All right, that being said, next on the list, I don't know who came up with Roku. R-O-K-U. R-O-K-U. Okay, Roku. Let's see how often they pay dividends. R-O-K-U. All right, Roku has no dividends and the time period selected, so Roku is going to be a no. All right, algorithm is real. Okay, I'm not quite sure what algorithm being real has to do with what we're doing, but all right. Next one on the list is going to be ASML. This is one of those stocks where I say, what the hell is this? ASML. Yeah, no wonder why I've never heard of it. Okay. ASML Holdings. ASML. Now, it always boggles my mind when people buy stuff that they don't really understand. Because ASML Holdings, I have no idea what that means. And they're a $900 stock. That's probably why. Okay. 07. So 07, 08, 09, 010, 011, they paid once a year. 12, it paid twice. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All right, yeah. Okay, well, the dividend's going up, kind of wishy-washy, kind of all over the place. 2020 was at 146. It dropped to 140, went to 189, to 2, to 4, to 140, to 134, 149. Yeah, up and down. There's no consistency whatsoever. Okay, at 900, that premium is freaking huge. Drappy, okay, but look at the premium on it. It's freaking huge. Okay, the stock's at $900, but the premium on the 900 is $17 a share. Okay. So at 17.30, and I divide it by the purchase price, 902, comes a grand total of only 2%. But why does this remind me of the weatherman? Very well. We have a cloud coming in, the cloud cover coming up to the high side. We've got precipitation down here. Yeah, that's probably why. It's all the same. Person standing in front of a screen explaining what's going on. Same thing. Okay, but we're doing stocks here. I don't know how much money you made off the weatherman, but all right, is what it is. All right, so I'm not going to spend $900 a share to get it 2%. I mean, I can buy Macy's and still get 2%. And Macy's is what, $20? Yeah, this is a lot out of my price range. Schwab. SCHW. Okay, SCHW. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is, kind of going sideways for the last couple of weeks. 65.10, the 65 is going over 1%. Okay, so Chucky Boy is giving us over 1%. I'm new and lost. What do I do? JMN, how are you today? Okay, you're new. My best suggestion for you is keep coming back. I'm here every night at 9 p.m. Okay? You keep coming back 9 p.m. until 11:30, you're going to learn something. Okay, I buy good quality stocks and I sell covered calls against them. A covered call is one of the safest trading strategies there is. Now, this trading strategy I'm teaching you here was created for my 9-year-old daughter. It had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. So the 5 rules we have: never buy something you don't understand. Never sell at a loss. make sure the company's consistently profitable, make sure I have weekly options, and then make sure the numbers work. What are the numbers? Well, if I'm buying it at this price here, okay, the closest strike price, because we're doing covered calls, so we're actually doing stocks and options. Now this strategy here is called a covered call, where we buy the stock first, and then we sell it to someone all in the same day. So if I'm buying it at 65.10, I sell it for 65. Well, I'm collecting 83 cents. It's a premium. That premium, if it's over 1%, well, that's going to give me a 1% rate of return for the week. And 1% rate of return for the week, well, that comes to over 50% return for the year. So continue coming back, continue asking questions, and just see if it makes sense. Okay, the rules are simple. Never buy something you do not understand. If you don't know who they are, if you've never heard of them, don't buy them. Darbenley, what's a good average price per share? Every stock is different, Darbenley. What do you mean it's out of your price range? Just buy 200 shares instead of 1,000. All right, here's an interesting question. And you're probably right, okay? But if I'm looking at a stock that's going to give me a 2% return, okay, and it's at $900 a share, $900 a share, okay? 100 shares is $90,000, okay? 200 shares is almost $200,000. To get a 2%, I can get 2% off of Macy's, and Macy's is 20 bucks. Okay, so I don't have as much money as you think I have. Okay, I make a nice, comfortable 1% per week. Yeah, great, fine, dandy. However, at $900 a share, I'm not going to do a whole lot of them. So it's a no. Splurge, you take the profits, kiddo. There you go. Mesh, how are you? You need to dress up like a weatherman now. Coat and tie, why not? VOW3 has a 9.7 dividend. Oh, okay. Never heard of it. VOW3. Okay, I did spell VOW3 right? Right? VOW3. Can't find that symbol. I have no idea what you're talking about. Gerson, you're welcome. Peace on earth. User, he will only put 20% of his portfolio in one stock. Thank you, Rednet. I really do appreciate you guys for answering some of these questions for me. It makes it so much easier, and I can just keep on going. All right, Aaron, VOW3.de. Never heard of it. VOW3.de. Yeah, that one doesn't exist either. All right. Do you like REITs or just dividend stocks? All right, TikTok profile, I like, if the REIT, now MPW is a REIT, okay, and it just so happens to fit very nicely into what we're doing and consistently gives us a nice premium every single week. So why not continue doing it? Let's pull it up, MPW. Now, MPW is a REIT, but take a look at the numbers. Okay, here's your high, here's your low. That's where it was. This is where it is. This is the direction it's going. Look at this. It's been channeling between 4 and 5 for the last few months. I love a good channeling stock. What does that mean? Well, it means it doesn't usually go too far below 4, and it doesn't usually go too far above 5. So I can buy it, sell it, buy it, sell it, buy it, sell it, buy it, sell it, buy it, sell it. That's what I'm looking to do. A consistent, predictable, consistent, predictable 1% per week, though it's kind of lazy way of doing it because there's no more that gets into it than MCN price. MC, what the heck is MC? All right. Do you like REITs or just like Gerson? Though it's kind of it is kind of a lazy way. Now, I admit I'm lazy. All right, I have no problem whatsoever admitting it. But if I get a list of stocks that continuously give me a 1% every single week, and I use the exact same strategy for the last 15 years, Colton, how are you doing? If it's been working for the past 15 years, why should I change it? Okay, I'm not looking for anything huge. I'm just looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. And it seems to be working just fine. I have no idea what you mean by Garrison, MC. Okay, I know what price is. That's an easy one. PDD. P. Diddy. Okay, what the heck is P. Diddy? PDD Holdings. Never heard of them. So let's go over to Yahoo Finance and see how wonderful the dividends are for P. Diddy. Oh, look at that. No dividends whatsoever. So P. Diddy's a no. I joined. What are we talking about? Colton, we were just talking about PDD. It's going to be a no. It's Volkswagen. Yeah, it's still a no. I forgot DE. All right, Aaron, no matter what you say, that stock you gave me, I've never heard of it. Who are you looking at for next week? Oh, I thought that was their ticker. Well, apparently it's not. QYLD. Ken, terribly sorry. QYLD is a big piece of shit in my humble opinion. Let me explain, just so you don't feel too bad. All right. QYLD. All right, so QYLD, before we go there, let's put it into this one first. QYLD. All right, number one, QYLD is a monthly optionable ticker, which I think it's an ETF. Okay, ETF. You're basically giving your money to a computer saying, I'm too lazy, here, you do it for me. QYLD. It's a monthly optional stock, which means currently it's at 1788. So if I went and did the call strike for the 18, well, it's bringing in, I can't read that properly. Can you read it for me? Oh, $0 for a monthly optional stock. The 17 is going for 45 cents. Well, if the 17 call strike is going for 45 cents, but the stock is currently at 1788, well, those numbers just don't make any sense whatsoever. And then you're asking me to hold it for 3 weeks and get a crappy premium like this? Colton, I was the person who said you could, uh-oh. I gotta go back and see what that question was. Come on, there we go. Colton, I was the person that said if you could see how much money did Casey make. I have no idea who Casey is. All right. Yeah, so QYLD, number one, the numbers work like shit. They do. If I'm buying it at 1788, the call strike that I'm looking at would be the 17 is going for 45 cents. I'm losing money on that deal, and I have to hold it for 3 weeks. The 18s are going for $0 to 5 cents, and you want me to hold it for 4 weeks. It's a gas station. All right, Colt, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a no. Sorry. Not even 1%, and you want me to hold it for 3 weeks. Yeah, hell no. But wait, it gets worse. Let's go on over to Yahoo Finance. Okay? And here you go. QYLD. Well, let's take a look at the dividends. Go all the way back here. How far back do we want to go? All right, here we go. 2014. They've only been paying dividends for 10 years. Okay? Why would I want a stock that only has dividends for 10 years? Now, let's see how well they increased their dividends over the last 10 years. 26 to 19. Well, that's going backwards. That just doesn't work. 19, 26, 25, 21, backwards again. 21, 22, 20, backwards again. 24, 14, backwards again. 23, 16, backwards again. 15, 17, 15, backwards again. 20, 22, 21, backwards. 18, backwards. 22, 16. No consistency whatsoever. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Hell no. But wait. It gets worse. Okay, here you go. QYLD, the summary. What is QYLD actually paying for a year? Well, it's paying 11.69. Now, 11.69 is not bad. That's like almost 1% per month. I'm talking about 1% per week. 1% per week comes to 50% per year. You're putting your money in and you're getting 11.69. Don't get me wrong, it's better than some companies. But I like consistency, predictability, and a nice profit range. Okay, 12% per year? Yeah, no thank you. Not for me anyway. But that's just my opinion. What the hell do I know? Brain or meta? Nobody knows what will happen in stocks. It's fugazi. Okay? Are you a profitable trader? Rod the electrician. How are you doing, Rod? You know, Rod, you're about the third person who asked me that question this year. So I always pull it up, take a look at. Now, I have 6 trading accounts, Rod. 6 trading accounts. I share 3 of them publicly. Okay? Now, here's my numbers for this year as so far. Now, I haven't calculated the last 3 weeks, so this is a 3-week-old number. Account number 1 is, at this moment in time, over 46%. Account number 2 is up over 69%. Account number 3, it's up over 10%. This is going from January 1st, and this has only been 2 months. So I'm up almost 10% in 2 months. So I like to think it's profitable. How often do you need to check your stocks? Well, Mike, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Mike. You ready? At some point in time, you're going to retire. You're going to need your money to give you a certain rate of return in order for you to live comfortably in your retirement. Okay, fine. Now, I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I am used to going to work 8 o'clock Monday morning and getting paid. Hello, good morning from India. Well, how are you? Anyway, so, what was I saying? At some point, either you take control of your own money or you give it to someone else. As I was saying, 8 o'clock Monday morning, I take a look at my stocks 9 o'clock Monday morning because the market opens at 9:30. From 9 o'clock Monday morning, I'm usually on between 10 to 10:30, depending on when you guys are done asking me questions. Okay? For an hour a day, that's 5 hours a week, I make a very obscene amount of money for 5 hours a week. Colton, you're from Australia. Well, bloody hell, governor, how's it going down there? Down under. Anyway, Terry, that was a bad accent. That was more British. Anyway, that is the ticker. I don't know why it's not popping up. I forget what we were even talking about. Must not have been important. All right. Anyway. Oh, as I was saying, at some point in time, you have to take responsibility to your own money or give it to someone else to take care of it, and they will give you whatever they feel you deserve. Okay, so we look at QYLD. It pays out almost 12%. I'm related. Okay. Anyway. So I take my money and I invest it every single week. So I'm online looking at my account every day. Okay, my personal account, it takes me 10 minutes a day. But when I'm actually teaching, I'm on for about an hour a day. Now that hour a day makes me 1% per week. 1% per week is over 50% per year. So my account is over $100,000. So over $100,000, 50% return is $50,000 a year. Now $50,000 a year for 1 hour a day, I think I can manage. But that's me. At some point in time, once you get started, I'm related to the President of Australia. Cool beans. At some point in time, once you get started, well, say you start out with 10,000, 5,000, or 2,000, or 20,000. I don't know. Whatever you start out with, it's not going to seem worth it at first. But if you get 1% every single week, at some point in time, as your account gets larger and larger and larger, it's the beauty of compounded interest. Okay, as it compounds, your rate of return gets higher and higher. And eventually, you're going to find yourself doing an hour work a day or a half hour work a day and making more money working 1 hour a day safely, predictably, and consistently for just 1 hour a day. Now, you may be starting off and you may have a smaller account, but Colton, do you have any kids? Yes, I have 3. 3 kids, 1 grandkid. No, 4 kids. 4 kids, 1 grandkid. 1 was adopted. She kind of showed up one day and never left. So it's kind of one of those things. I mean, we all have them. Well, a lot of us, because I had that house that everybody came and hung out with. You know, all the kids' friends, everybody. And everybody was cool hanging out at my house. But one girl showed up, never left. So we just adopted her. All right, so anyway, as I was saying, at some point in time when you retire, you'll have to figure out what to do with your money. And it may not be worth it now going, 15, 20 minutes every single day. I mean, I'm sure you get up in the morning, you sit down, you have a coffee, or you have your breakfast, or you do this, or you do that. Well, just add one more thing to your morning ritual. Okay, you sign in at 9:30, you see where your stocks are, you make your plays. Most people spend more time planning a family barbecue than they do with their personal finances. So let's move on. Holy shit, I got 99 questions and it's 11 o'clock. Well, let's go through some of the questions. MPW has a 2% premium this week. It's a good one. Yeah, sounds good. INTC. Didn't we do INTC already? INTC, Intel. Yes, we already did Intel. Intel looked very good. I have it circled. Okay, MPW. I think we did MPW. MPW. Yep. This is the one we were doing before we got interrupted. Okay, at this current moment in time, MPW's at 455. The 455s are going for 9 cents a share. 9 cents a share is more than 1% on a $4.50 stock. I missed all those questions. Holy shit. The rule of 72. Who came up with the rule of 72? Someone just said it. You guys. What are those stocks which give you that 1% every week? Well, Huggins, I don't know, is that how you pronounce it? Huggins, you're new here, okay? All you got to do is come back every day, spend 15, 20 minutes. I'm here from 9 p.m. until 11:30, okay? Come back, learn. It's really not that difficult. Yes, I've been here every single day since January 2nd of this year. So this is the first year. I'm still in year number 1 of doing this. Okay, I've missed 2 days since January 2nd. Okay, 1, I was sick as a dog. 2, I had to take someone to the emergency room. It is what it is. Thank you. This may not be the place for you. It may not be. It's not for everyone. Okay, let's keep on going. Good evening from Costa Rica. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? The 1 hour a day. Well, the only reason I'm at 1 hour a day because I have about 50 people on, about 50 people, but not everybody shows up. About 20 people a day show up and watch as I personally trade. So you watch as I personally trade. You can do the same trade, then you can ask as many questions as you want. That's what people are paying for. Ask me as many questions you want until you get. How's your throat going? It's not doing any better. It's about the premium on the options. We'll discuss 1%. People pay a lot of money for your information right now. You're a good man to help these people. Thank you. James, I'd let you gawk on it all day while we wait for the TP. I have no what the TP means. Where I went to school, TP was toilet paper. I have no desire to sit around and hang out for someone waiting for toilet paper. What are you doing in the 1 hour a day? Well, that's a good question, William. We're actually going to do a couple of trades in a little bit. I'm going to go through some more of these questions, and then we'll actually do a couple of trades, and you see how simple and easy it is. It's really not that difficult, so let's keep on going. What else we got? Rule of 72. Outa, rule of 72. Okay, great. Rule of 72. How long is it going to take you to double your money if you're getting 50% a year? Compounded, it should be about 14 to 16 months. If you only put 20% in each stock, but have to buy giving you a 1% premium every week. Yeah, what's wrong with that? I'm not quite sure. Okay. Walgreens been dropping. What strike are you comfortable with next week? I'm looking at the 950 for next week, Randall Ray. But that's me. Not a suggestion, not a recommendation. Okay, I look at it twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. Joby's a no, that much I already know. Beach or mountain? Evan, beach or mountain, bro? Which one you pick? Beach. Okay, I've never seen any women in bikinis in the mountains. Sorry, I'm just an old pervert. It is what it is. I'm a dog. All right. Hey, someone's going to get at me. All right. Carlos Cesar. Would I have you gawking on it while we wait the TP go down? I have no idea what TP is. Redneck, you can look at his weekly trades. It's not good to put all your eggs in one basket. Nope, not at all. What platform are you using? I'm using Thinkorswim. Bible Health, MPLX, never heard of it. AEP, my battery is low right now. AEP. Someone asked about AEP earlier. I have no idea who they are. And when I say I have no idea who they are, they're usually going to be a no. And guess what? It's a no. Number one, it's kind of too close to the high. That's number one. Number two, it's a monthly optional stock. At $100, the 100's going for 165. Well, 165 on a $100 stock is 1.65%. Well, that's nice. But I got to hold it for 3 weeks. So 1.65 divided by 3, well, that's not 1% a week. So that's going to be a no. That's because the monthly options, I've never seen a monthly option work. Sorry. I mean, yeah, you'll get paid for it. Oh, Yahoo Finance, if you look ticker up, you will see. VOWDE. Oh, my fucking goodness. All right. Stock symbol. VOW.DE. Volkswagen. VOW. Okay. It's a European stock. VOW. Can't find that one. Okay, so Volkswagen. All right, who gave me this one? All right, Aaron. Volkswagen has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different ticker symbols. Nope. Not that one. Not that one. They expired in 2018. Okay, so Volkswagen has no options. Yeah, sorry, dude. I'm wasting too much time on that one. Thanks. Encourage more viewers. Uh-oh. Do you lend your securities? I have no idea what you mean by lend my securities. Other than, all right, see, uh-oh, I hit that screen. Now, Auda, you're from Australia. Yeah, lending in Australia is basically the same thing as covered calls. That's where you sell the option. Yeah, so I do that. Checking stocks every day drains my energy. Wonder how it will be when I get 65 and above. Mesh, I'm terribly sorry about that. Rule of 72 divided by the rate of return gives you the number years to double your money. Okay, well, let's give that a try. Clear. 62 divided by 72 comes to a grand total of 0.86. That makes no sense whatsoever. Clear. 72 divides 62. 1.16. What the hell is 1.16? That's not right either. All right, the way I like to figure it out, I like to actually use what I call a compound interest calculator. All right, so here we go. A weekly compound interest calculator. Now, I created this years ago, okay, to let me know how long it took me to get to where I wanted to go. Rod the electrician, what's your daily profit goal? Okay, Rod, you're under the misimpression that I do this daily. No. I do this weekly. I look for a safe, predictable 1% per week. Okay, so Mesh, let's take a gander at this. All right, initial deposit, 114. What was my initial deposit? 117,475. 117,475. Okay, periodic deposit, 0. How much is the weekly rate? 1%. Weekly, end of the week, time frame, monthly, so 1 month. Okay, so the current account that I'm showing you right now, okay, account number 1, okay, I started out in January at 117,475. That was at the beginning of the year. Okay, so 1% per week, okay, for the month. All right, so 117,475. That's what account number 1 started out with. At 1% a week, that comes to $5,000 a month. That's for 1 month. Okay? Ending balance, blah, blah, blah. But if I do that for a year, that's 12 months, right? Look. The amount invested hasn't changed. It's still the exact same. But look at the interest. Total interest earned for the year, 79,611. Well, how long is it going to take me to get to 117? I'm thinking about 14 months. Nope. 16 months. All right, so 16 and a half months. Okay, so 16 months is going to get me 116,710 off just like a little bit from 117. Okay, so a little bit over 16 months before you double your money. That's Rule 72. I like that dividend calculator. It works out nicely for me. All right, let's go back to where we were. Dino, how are you? Hey, James, are you also buying the stock and call option? Okay, Dino, no, I buy the stock and I sell the call option. That's a covered call. We buy the stock, sell the call option. Where should I be training? Okay, you really need to work the equation backwards. Now, what do I mean by working the equation backwards? Figure out how much money you need on a monthly basis. Find a trading strategy that works for you and learn that. This trading strategy here, it's simple, safe, predictable, consistent. It gets about 1% per week, and that's about 50% per year. MIGs, sell puts. If assigned, write covered calls. Okay, MIGs, that's a great strategy. You're absolutely correct. However, this was created for a 9-year-old. It had to be simple, and it had to be safe. Doing it the other way around just adds a little bit more steps, and I probably wouldn't be where I am today had I done that. Granted, it works, okay? But remember how I got started. And selling puts, yeah, it's a great opportunity to jump in, but you got to have a stepping stone to learn from first. So in my humble opinion, the simplest and safest trading strategy there is, you buy 100 shares of a certain company, you sell a covered call against it, preferably at the exact same amount of money you paid for it. You collect the premium's over 1% per week. That gets you over 50% per year. That is simple. After a certain period of time, when you get good and when you get comfortable with it, then you can throw in the puts. Okay? But you got to start somewhere, and it should be easy. I don't know why Thinkorswim doesn't have it. All right. All right. Aaron, give me the name of the actual company. The actual company itself, not the ticker symbol. The company itself. Then we'll go from there. Hey James, when you get a chance, could you talk about XRP Ripple? That's cryptocurrency. XRP. Yeah, because XRP is not showing up as a stock. The cryptocurrency index, yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay, so here's the XRP liquid index. It's at 58 cents. It has no options. Sorry, it's going to be a no. Rolls Royce, sorry, don't have 20 years of increased dividends, and I don't even know if they actually have profits. I would appreciate it very much if you could tell me what system I should use to trade. I have no idea which system you're looking for. Okay, J113, oh, 113322. Number one, I have no idea who you are. Number two, I have no idea what your risk parameters are. Number three, I have no idea what your goals are. Number four, I have no idea who you are. Okay, so I can't tell you what to do or even suggest something for you to do if I have no idea at all anything about you. Okay, you could be a 4-year-old child for all I know. All right, you could be 99 years old and you know, want to get rich overnight. I have no idea. Legendary, what resource of information I should use to become a better day trader? I don't do day trading, so I really can't help you out with that one. Redneck, use Thinkorswim and can answer the questions. Yep, that works for me. All right, can it ever go wrong? Can it ever go wrong? Well, yeah, here's the thing. When you're asking a question like that, can it go wrong? I have found most people lose money by hitting the wrong button. Isn't that weird? Hit the wrong button. They sell something when they're supposed to buy it, or they buy something when they're supposed to sell it, or they hit the wrong date. It just seems to go wrong, but that's the simplest way. Mesh, checked all 56 Dividend Kings, mostly monthly and less than 1%. Only 4 worth looking at. Well, I'm going to disagree with you, Mesh. I like the Dividend Kings. Okay, Home Depot is a Dividend King. And we looked at it a little while ago. At this moment in time, Home Depot is at 368. The 367s are going for $4 a share. That's over 1%. That's Home Depot. That's a Dividend King. Lowe's. Okay, Lowe's, another Dividend King, 248. The 250s are going not for 1%. The 247s are going for 290. That's over 1%. Okay, if I could buy it at 250, so 247 and a half, 290, 250s, yeah, not quite 1%. What else we got? ExxonMobil, that's a Dividend King. Okay, 117, the 118 is going for $1.05 to $1.16, close to 1%. All right. Yes, stick will go down. Wait a minute. Rock. Yes, stock will go down and up, so never sell at a loss. That makes sense. Hormel, Mesh. We are looked at Hormel. Did we look at Hormel today? Hormel, HRL. HRL is a Dividend King. Okay, 32.55 to 32.50 is going for 85 cents. That's over 1%. And look at the chart. Here's your high way over here at 39.53. The bottom's down here at 28.42. That was back in February. Look at the last few weeks. Here's your bottom here. She went up, pulled back, went up, pulled back. Now she's going to the upside. Well, I like Hormel. Okay, they've been around for over 100 years. Whirlpool. Whirlpool, WHR. Okay, here's our high, here's our low. The last 30 days, she shot up, pulled down. Unfortunately, Whirlpool looks like, here's the 30-day high, 30-day bottom. She went up, now she's coming down. So as soon as she drops, it looks like another 2 weeks. So let's put Whirlpool down for 2 weeks from today. How much do I need to get started with your strategy? Saul, how are you today? WHR. So Whirlpool, we're going to come back and look at Whirlpool in 2 weeks because I want this thing to drop down to here before she turns around and goes back up again. Because if you take a look at all the stocks, what do? Well, look, she goes up, she comes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Well, now she's coming down. So once she goes back down, I want to wait for her to go back up again because you're going to make most of your money buying low and selling high. Okay, Saul, I can't tell you how much money you need. Okay, my grandson started with 50 bucks. I started with 12,000, but that was like 20 some odd years ago. What's your Bitcoin price prediction? I don't do Bitcoin, sorry. Hey, Redneck started with 15. I don't know if that's 15 bucks, 15,000, 15 million. Oh, 15,000, there you go. We all got to start somewhere. Who recently became temporarily disabled from fractured foot looking to maximize income? Okay. Calvin Hill, inbox me on Telegram. The link is in my TikTok bio. Cool beans. Calvin, nice to see you. How do you ever get sad when a stock goes up and you don't profit? No, because I'm happy for the guy who gave me the money in the first place. You need to remember where you're coming from and where you're going to. Okay, my goal is a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. So if I make my 1%, well, I'm happy about that. Okay, I could buy, let's like zoom into this one. Okay, here's Whirlpool. Bottom over here, 92, she shoots up, pulls back, she's coming to the downside. If I buy it at 100 bucks and it turns around and goes at 200, but I make my 1%, I reached my goal. Okay, I reached my goal, and whoever bought it from me, they reached their goal. Well, that's a wonderful thing, right? Because that's what we're looking for. I'm not greedy. I'm just looking for 1% safely and predictably every single week. That's over 50% per year. Well, fine by me. But no, I don't get sad when it goes up. I used to. How often do I lose? Who asked me that question? Rod the electrician. Whoa. Now, Rod, I'm going to tell you, but you're probably not going to believe me, so I'm going to actually show you. Profit and losses year to date. Okay. Now, I'm not quite sure if you can see this, Rod, but this is live on YouTube, so you can actually look at it on your big screen TV. Okay, profit and loss year to date. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 losses. But I still own this one, I still own this one. So I only have 2 losses this year in this particular account. Now I have 6 different accounts. So that was 1. This account here, oh look, it's already pulled up. Profit and loss year to date. Whoop, let's do this again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 losses. No, no, no. See, I still own this one, still own that one, still own that one, and still own that one. So, 3 positions in this account. All right, this account here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I still own this one, I still own this one, still own this one, and still own this one. One loss in that account. So one loss in one, two losses in another, and three losses in another. Now, we are into the month of September. That's not bad. Okay, one loss in this account all year long, that's not bad at all. Let's go back to where we were. Here we go. All right, back to... All right, so we have a lot more questions to go through. George. Hi, sir. I am an experienced trader, but I need to learn more about how I can profit trading stocks. Okay, you're new here. First time I've ever seen your name. Just keep showing up. Why don't you do this on Friday at 4 p.m. instead of Monday and get more premium? Well, you'd think that's a logical idea. However, you're missing something. If the option expires at 4 o'clock on Friday, and I can't go into the next option until Monday, so it goes from Monday till Friday. So Monday I buy, and Friday they expire. I can't get in on a Friday if all my money is still tied up in the current positions. Unless I jump out on Thursday, which means I'll have to buy back. Yeah, it doesn't work. Where am I from? Boston area. You are an experienced trader. You should know how to get profit. Yep, I'm going to say that one. Where do you use to buy? Where do I use? That makes no sense at all. Where do you use to buy? That makes no sense. Hey, Chapterisis. I have missed that one. Missing all these damn questions. Okay, which stock are we trading? Well, right now we were looking at Whirlpool. Noah, hi, what options are you looking at for this week? Okay. Redneck, Mesh, okay. Abelmal, Coke. Abelmal, Altria, Coke, CL, Colgate Palmolive. EMR, that's Emerson Electric, Hormel, Johnson & Johnson, K-View. Uh-oh, what the heck is K-View? KMB, okay, yeah, all right, I have no idea what he's talking about, but okay. Chapters, dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Thank you, Redneck. I'm JD from New York City. Woohoo! Very happy to have bumped into your content. Very informative, educational. I'm new. Well, cool beans there, Mr. JD. BRK. Is that Berkshire Hathaway? BRK? Or is that BRKH? BRK. Yeah. BRK is Berkshire Hathaway. And it's a no. Noah, he's not going to give that out. Just create a watch list and compare it to EX dividends. Okay, Tasha. Hi, Tasha. You're back again. Watch the video on Think or Swim. It was so helpful. Cool beans. All right, Mesh. Yeah, but let me put it clear. I need to know how stocks are traded and which ones. How stocks are traded and which ones? See, that doesn't really make very much sense. How they're traded, simply put, is you go to whatever stock trading platform you want to use. You can use Just to Trade. You can use you can use Fidelity. You can use Charles Schwab. You can use Webull. You can use Robinhood. You can use Acorn. You can use almost any trading platform you want in order to be. You can even go to your bank and tell your banker, say, hey, here's $50,000. Buy me $50,000 worth of AT&T. And your banker will do that for you. Okay? And which ones? Well, at this moment in time, there's 9,598 stocks to look at. So just for the fun of it, let's go see. Now for that, I find right here, FinViz seems to be the best one to give me an accurate amount on a consistent basis. So FinViz is Financial Visualization's website. They have a stock screener. Stock screener gets to tell me exactly how many stocks are there. Uh-oh, we actually dropped. Now there's 9,593. No, wait a minute, that's up. 5,909. Yeah, 9,593 companies. That's 9,600 companies to choose from. So which ones? There's 9,600. 9,593. That's a lot. 1% a day would be a lot better than 1% a week. You're absolutely correct. However, I have no desire. I used to sit in front of my computer and look for it. Yeah, I could do it. I have no desire. At some point in time, you're going to get to a point in your life where you have a choice. Do I want to go to work and make a little bit of money? Or do I want to take my grandson swimming in the pool and teach him how to snorkel? Certain things you just can't buy with no matter how much money you have. Okay, there's no amount of money that will ever be able to replace the moment that I watched my daughter take her first step, or my son take his first step. There's no amount of money that can pay for that. You cannot pay for a second first-time opportunity. First time I gave my son a bowl of spaghetti, funny as hell. No amount of money will be able to pay for that. None. Money's going to take a whole different meaning at a certain point in your life. Now, I like 1% per week. It takes care of all my bills. I'm not greedy like I used to be in my working days. Okay, when you're trading your time for money, 40 hours a week, 40 years of your life, great. Then you're geared to looking for that. But once you retire, things look a little differently. So I'm retired, so I don't hunt down money as like I used to when I was younger. 1% per week is perfectly fine for me. That's 50% per year. 10 to 15 minutes a day is all it takes me. What's the purpose of having 6 accounts? Separation of church and state. Because, number one, they're not all mine, because I do trade for other people. Do I own Chinese stocks? No, I do not. Tax purposes, that's always another one. Hiding my money from other people, that's another one. Funny one, he does covered calls only on dividend stocks, that's right. So for one, I own some of the dividend stocks in my Roth IRA. That's a great place to have them. AWK, never heard of them. Washington, thank you. Make this all 5 by 100 or any stocks. Sell to open a covered call a week. Yep, Mesh, that's basically how you do it. Trump or Kamala? Oh, please. I can't even believe you asked that question. All right, next stock we're going to take a look at is going to be WM, Waste Management. WM, Waste Management. Interesting. It's going to be a no this week. The reason why it's going to be a no this week, let me show you. All right, last 30 days. Take a look. Last 30 days. Here's your 30-day bottom, right around 200. Now it's at 212. Okay, from 200 to 212, that's a $12 increase on a $200 stock. Okay, about 5%. SWKS, that sounds familiar, SWKS. Is that Stanley Black & Decker? Well, I don't know, hold on. SWKS. Skyworks Solution, yeah, no. All right, so let me go back to what was I just looking at? I was just looking at something. What do I think about SPY? SPY is going to be a no. Take a look at SWKS. All right, it's at 109. Let's get rid of that. SWKS. Let's see how often they've actually paid their dividends and how consistent they are. Ace, what's happening? Dividends only. Maximum amount. 2014. All right, so Skyworks is paying a dividend for 10 years. 2014, we're at 11 cents. I go to 13, to 26, to 28, 32, 38, 44, 50, 56, 62, 68, 70. Nice, consistently increasing. I like that. but it's only 10 years. So it's a tough question with Skyworks. Okay? What do you think about investing your money with a company that's increased their dividends or increased their profits for 10 years? Well, that might be a good one. I don't know. Because right now it's at 110. The 110s are going for 135. That's well over 1%. And isn't that what we're looking for? Okay, great. So a year ago, Skyworks at 109 drops down to a bottom of 84.91. All right. The top was a couple of weeks ago, and that was the 16th of July at 120.86. The last 30 days, here we go. 30 days ago, here we are, 120. It drops down to 96. That's a $30 drop. Okay? That's a big drop. Well, from where we are now, from 96, here we are. Now, it has a little bit more space to go, which is kind of nice. But at 110, it's going for over 1%. But here's the thing. Okay? Here's the thing. It only has 10 years of increased dividends. So that's a tough question for me because everything looks good, but it only has 10 years. Yeah. It only has 10 years of increased dividends. So that's a tough question. So Skyworks, SWKS, 10 years of increased dividends, and they consistently increase every single year. Great, but it's only 10 years. And the 110 is going for over 1%. That's the question you need to ask yourself. What do I think about spiders? No. Okay, we already did waste management. Waste management, I don't think the numbers worked right. Yeah, waste management was a no because it's at a 30-day high. So your 30-day bottom's here at 200. Now she's at 212. So she's going to come down next. So we're going to put waste management 3 weeks out. 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks. Waste management. So we'll take a look at waste management again in another 3 weeks. Yeah, Thesis, BCE. BCE, never heard of it. Yeah, BCE is going to be a no. Waste management, yeah, we just talked about that one. Cabo, C-A, I like Carbo, been there once. Cable One, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, EOG, EOG. Yeah, another. I've never heard of them. 128, okay? Here's our high, here's our low. That's where it was, this is where it is. It's going in an upward trend, fine. The 132s, yeah, not enough money there, dude, sorry. Oh, God, look, 128 to 129s, 129s. Yeah, just barely. This is one, if you really like this stock, you're going to have to check the numbers on Monday or Tuesday. Because look at the numbers. The last trade was 128.80. So most likely we're looking at the 129s. But no, the market maker pushed it to 131. Well, the 129s are giving you almost 1%. But do you like this company? Me, I don't really know them. And that does look a little on the choppy side. Look. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, that'd be a no for me because it's too close to the high. So she should be coming down. I don't even know who they are. What, Danny, what does it mean? Danny, I have no idea what you're talking about. What does what mean? Can you explain more? All right, Danny, you're relatively new here, so don't take this the wrong way. You're new here. I'm here every single night from 9 o'clock until 11:30. It's past 11:30 now. I'm getting ready to close. Alexander, Zim is a no. Ugar, Costco, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. C-O-S-T. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a no. I've never done that, but Zimmer is a no. All right, so anyway, Danny, I'm here every night, 9 to 12 to 11:30. That's 2.5 hours every single night since January. Haven't taken a break. I've only missed 2 days. My throat hurts from talking too much. I'm not used to talking so much. But anyway, let's keep on moving. EOG, that was a no. Shop, it's going to be definitely no for that. I asked him for SWKS for you so you can see how it works. Okay. James, you need to go to bed so you can have a cookout and snorkel with your grandson tomorrow. Unfortunately, against my wishes, which doesn't mean shit, my son and my daughter-in-law sent my grandson to kindergarten. So guess what? First week in kindergarten, he brings home a virus and they're all home at sick. They're all homesick, so first week, NEE. We'll write that one down. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Y'all should invest in Monistat. I feel a colossal yeast infection coming along. Well, double righty then. Which broker platform, you using to trade stocks? I use Think or Swim as my trading platform, but that goes through Charles Schwab, and I also use Robinhood. All right, Minty Fresh, dude, haven't seen you in a couple of days. How you been? How can I learn it from nothing? All right, Danny, you say nothing, but I'm pretty sure you know more than you think you know. All right, now the reason why I say that, because a lot of people say I have no idea. Well, you kind of do, because you know a stock is a portion of a company. If you buy a stock, you own a portion of the company. You know that. Everybody knows that. Second, well, you probably know a good company from a bad company. You probably heard of Chevron, ExxonMobil, Shell, Bank of America, Home Depot, Lowe's, AT&T, okay, U.S. Steel. Okay, certain companies you probably already heard of, probably already know. Rule number one, in my, when I taught my daughter, rule number one is never buy something you do not know. Always stick to what you know. If you don't know who EOG is, EOG Resources Incorporated, I have no idea who the hell they are, and they are not on my list. I'm just putting it up there, taking a look at the numbers for you guys. Always stick to what you know. If you don't know what the company does, don't invest in it. Never sell at a loss. Make sure they're always profitable. Carlos Cesar, I'm going to have you gawking on it while I wait for the TP to hit. I have no idea what TP is. Minty Fresh, doing good. Way to go. MJ. All right, it's past 11:30. It is a Sunday night. Not a whole heck of a lot happening, and we're probably going to do this exact same thing again tomorrow, because tomorrow is Monday. It's a holiday. There's no trading tomorrow, so there's going to be no trading group tomorrow. Vanguard, Alan, how are you today? Alan, I'm going to ask you nicely. Show up tomorrow. Ask me the same question tomorrow. I'm here every night, 9 p.m. to 11:30. You guys have a great day. And I always say if we're above 200 at 11:30, I'll stay longer, but we're below. Jeremy, we already did Intel. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you again mañana.